So how do you advise somebody who's been stuck in a profession for a hot minute and they feel like, yes, there's room for growth. Yes, I can get elevated. I can ask for a promotion. I can ask for a salary raise, but I don't know how to go about it because there's always the aspect of, am I stepping beyond my bounds? Will I step on toes if I do this? How do you talk to professionals in such situations?
Okay. So here we have two different situations. One, it's someone who is employed and someone else who is in the self-employment sector. So we start with someone who is we start with someone who is employed in the job market. He or she feels stuck. And something that I'd love to note, you see, when someone is employed, on that day or the first week, there are the roles and responsibilities that he is handled and told, this is what you will be doing. So we have a very, very good employees who stick to that very faithfully from January to December. They are there in the workplace, very punctual, but they are just doing what they were given. I'm not saying they shouldn't do that, but they are just basically doing those roles and responsibilities. I always encourage employees, go a further step. It's not only about doing that duty. Find out the gap in the market that your company needs to address. Come up with ideas. Say something that has ever helped you in your own capacity level that you can make it applied in your workplace. So you have to make sure that you go a step further.
True.
Because if you're not bringing any ideas on board, if you're not participating in the work meetings, if you are not working on projects, how will you expect a pay raise? How will you expect a promotion? A good employer will see that this particular employer has, employee. This particular employee has been able to bring an idea on board. He's making sure that it is something that we can work on, something that can bring results. And if it brings results, I always say a good employee will reward a good employer will reward his employee. So it's not the normal way of delivering your duties and responsibilities as an employee. If you feel stuck, get to find how you can identify a gap and the solution that you can fill. And also, that challenge is something else that you can first take a break and ask yourself, am I really in the right career? Because for most people who feel stuck in their employment places, you find these people, it's hard to identify a gap. They don't know anything about the roles and responsibilities that they are supposed to offer. When they came for the interview, maybe with the papers that they used to graduate with, you find that that course that they took in the university or in the college, they took it based on the wrong concept. So you find that this particular person went to college, went to university to study something that defies the strength. Yes, they have finished the university education, they have been able to graduate, they have the papers with them, they have attended the interview. But what they have in their papers is not really them. It's not what lies in their strength. So you have to ask yourself, is what I studied in the university match my potential, match my strength?
True.
So that you can be able to know. And I always say it's not late to start something new that aligns with your strength or your potential. When you have realized where your potential lies, even if it differs from what you studied in the university or what you studied in college, you always have an opportunity, even if you have to start from scratch, maybe with a certificate, a diploma, just go for it as long as it matches your potential. So that will prevent you from feeling stuck in your place of employment. When it comes to the self-employed people, sometimes you find that their priorities are misplaced. Maybe you are thinking of starting big, and especially if you have to start from scratch. You have to start with the baby steps, as we call them. Start slowly so that by the time you get to the top, you will have gone through all that journey. You know what it takes. Because when you start largely, you'll get to the middle of it, but you don't have the financial resources that are required and any other resource that is required to give to keep your company or your organization growing. So let us not make unrealistic goals and strategies. We have to start small so that you can be able to head to the top.
Awesome.